All right, Shalom. I'm going to start off with giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to you, brothers, to the four corners of the earth, preaching this word, and also laboring in this word on truth, love, and sincerity. May blessings fall upon the houses of the 1/3. And today's lesson, I will quickly want to touch on, the main subject is I want to touch on two major end time prophecies that still have to come to pass, which are in the Old Testament, by the way, right? Concerning Yahweh Shai. Okay. Now, these so-called Christians always like to quote scriptures that they do not understand. And here is one of them right here, Matthew 5, verse 17. It says, "Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill." So they quickly jump to the word fulfill, and, they make statements which they do not understand, because just in the first verses, or in this verse alone, they go off on a part where it says, "Think not that I come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill." So in their mind and what they have been taught, they say that the law is done away with, right? They said that the law is done away with. They say that the prophets is done away with, right? But we know that every time when a place is on its way out, right? Who was there always set up to tell the place and tell the people, of the destruction to come? The prophets, okay? The prophets, the messengers of the Lord, okay? So the prophets, are still on the scene today, okay? Warning, prophesying, and letting the people know of what's to come, okay? Because the Lord says what? Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. And another one that they say is that the law is done away with. But the Lord told you what? Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. Okay? The law is not done away with. Okay? Now, can the law save you? No. But the law is not done away with. Even when we go to the book of Romans, it says what? I'll get it real quick. On the book of Romans, chapter 3, verse 31, it says, "Do we then make void the law through faith?" Right? God forbid, yea, we established the law. You see, so the law has to be still established. Okay, we still have to let you know that the law is still in effect. The law is not done away with. Okay, no, you won't be saved by the law. Okay, but the law still has to be established. You still have to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. Okay, and these people like to say, they want to live godly, they want to be Christ-like, right? But how's the way the Messiah carried himself? And that's how you say it in the Hebrew, Mashiach. Okay, how did he carry himself? Right? What ways did he carry himself? The law. He was perfect in the law. Okay, he never was telling people to not keep the law. Okay, even when that lady, I believe it was that lady that was going on, the harlot, right? After all those people that was accusing her or that was about to stone her and let her go, what did he tell that woman? Go sin no more. Okay, so just because Yahweh Shai came on the scene does not mean that the law has been done away with. Okay? Lord willing, I hope you're understanding what I'm trying to get through to you. Okay, so back at Matthew 5, verse 17, it says, "Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not to come to destroy, but to fulfill." Fulfill what? It's the book of Luke 24. Verse 44, it says, "And he said unto them, These are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled which were written in the law of Moses, in the prophets, and in the Psalms concerning me." Okay? This is the things that he's talking about that had to be fulfilled, the things that was concerning himself, right? So I'm going to go into, we're going to go to the book of Isaiah, and we're going to go into two major prophecies, right? Concerning the Lord himself making his return, okay? As it describes the Lord making his return back, okay? I believe there's a little bit more on Matthew 5, the 5th chapter. Let's see. Oh, yes, verse 18, it says, "For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass," right? Did the heaven and earth pass? No, it did not. "One jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled." You see that? "And whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, and shall teach men so." So when you're telling people that the law is done away with, that they don't have to abide by the word of God, right? You are teaching men so to not keep the commandments. "He shall be called" what? "The least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven." You know, and we always like to, put it out there that we tell you to keep them to the best of your ability, because in this sinful flesh and in this kingdom, the way things are set up, right? You're not going to be able to keep the laws perfectly. Okay, it's impossible. But through the grace and mercy of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, Yahweh Shai covers the things that you cannot keep. Okay, there's particular things that you just cannot keep in this wicked society, because, you have a lot of these guys out there that say they keep the whole law. Well, let's go into something far as we know for sure that you can't keep, okay? Far as the law, it says two men live an abominable and wicked lifestyle. Two men, a man with man working, which is unseemly. According to the law, what is supposed to take place upon those two wicked, abominable people, right? They're supposed to be put to death. They're supposed to be stoned. Okay, but now you got to go back, because everything is done with a balance. You have to go back what Paul says. Everything is lawful for me, but not expedient. Okay, everything is lawful for me, but not expedient. So if you do so, right, you are keeping the law, right? But what's going to happen to you in the society, the way things are set up to protect these wicked people? You are going to go to jail. Right, and you will be labeled a terrorist for committing such crime. So that's why you have to take and understand the balance of this thing too. That's the part of being vexed in society. In other words, when you look at it, turning the other cheek. Okay, turning the other cheek, because there's particular things that things that's gonna vex you, so to speak, and that you just have to almost turn a blind eye to it, so to speak, if you understand what I'm saying. Okay, things that you which is really lawful for you to do, but you cannot act on it. Okay, that's a better way to say it. So I'm gonna go into a prophecy, right, concerning Yahweh Shai, right, on a return, because this is a prophecy that has yet come to pass. Okay, that has yet come to pass. You see? So it's letting you know that all things were not fulfilled yet. So bring them here and close the door. Okay, so we're going to go to Isaiah 66 verse 15. It says, "For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire." So this is what's going to take place when the Lord makes his return. Okay, with the holy angels. You see? Salakia, Salah. But it says to render his anger with fury and Salakia, I read it over. "For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire." So it's letting you know when the Lord returns, he is going to be pissed off. Okay? And yes, who the world only calls Jesus Christ is a so-called black man. Okay? A pissed off, angry black man, so to speak, right? A man of strict, a man that is austere, which means strict in manner. Okay. Verse 16 says, "For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many." Okay, so upon when the Heavenly Father sent his only begotten Son back, right? A lot of people will be destroyed. Contrary to popular belief. You know, a lot of people just say, you know what? They believe that they can call on the name Jesus Christ, which that name is wrong, right? They could just, believe in the Lord. You know, they could just choose the Lord at any given time and make these sinister, what is that? I believe it's called like a sinister prayer or whatnot, and that they're in a good case. You know, they can go get dipped in dirty water, church water, and everything is all good. But that's not the case, and we are letting you know that that is not the case. Okay, but people still want to believe what they want to believe and do whatever the hell they want to do. So hey, so be it. We just tell you, we get the blood off our hands, and we continue to do the work, right? So it says, "For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. And they that sanctify themselves and purify themselves, in the gardens behind one tree in the midst," right? And the gardens, will represent, would represent the churches today. Let's see if it gives any definition. It says garden orchard. Okay, it doesn't give us much there. "Behind one tree in the midst, eating what? Swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Lord." You see, so you get caught. When the Lord returns and you get caught, eat in the act, or even eating these things, abominable things, right, which are not clean, right? You are going to be what? Consumed together, saith the Lord. You see. And you people, what? You do sanctify yourselves, man. As you're this holier than thou type of people, but really you're the most vilest people on the earth. And I'm talking about you so-called Christians. But just letting you know that this is a future prophecy that's going to take place when the Lord returns in the Old Testament. So if you want to ask a Christian, a so-called Christian, was everything fulfilled in the Old Testament? And they say, yeah. Well, obviously they don't know the Bible, man. Okay, they don't know the scriptures, and this is just one plain example of one of them being mentioned right here. Okay, speaking of when the Lord makes his return back. Okay, so I just wanted to go into that real fast, all through the Spirit. Yeah, Salak. So looks like my time is up with that. Lord willing, hope this quick lesson was edifying. Until next time, I want to say shalom.